magazine subscriptions, gun clips, savage scenes, victims from Africa to Palestine, pilots green, spit guns, solid beans, violent means, bomb threat, Kanja steps to battle to run the depths of truth and deception. The root of this weapon is stems of truth and perception of you and your enemy. Use it with friendly, develop a proof of color separation, like pictures of boots from Ramallah face. It's all for Allah, basically given to you. You see we're driven to use, manufacturing, given to lose. Market, social losses, local gold carcass, full arts and skull. Like Garfunkel to the heart, like artichokes, bars, bunkers, brought mothers for big brothers, gone like lost uncles.
It's hard to concentrate, my flows as barriers like the Watergate. I'm strong with lots of hate, dropping trophies who hear the Oscar great. Efforts exonerate, to free the innocent from impotence and give them insolence, to face the dissidents that's killing them. Cause most are stupefied, subtly brutalized and utilized to do computerized illusifies of humans crucified. But truly you decide on how to beat the semi-feudalized system of true demise. It's unpredictable, not who's to die. The worst is yet to come as propaganda will infect the dumb. The metal bell is rung inside the chest and lungs, the venom stung. Intercept the sun, I'll decompose the photosynthesis and use arithmetic to block the rays and make the earth
don't let them bother you, brother. Don't watch the news, how everybody will suffer. Don't lost his use like Iraqi troops. I'm talking you, me and the rest of the planet. Torn issues, political spit if you scorn born tissue. Don't let them bother you, brother. Don't watch the news, how everybody will suffer. Domes lost his use like Iraqi troops. I'm talking you, me and the rest of the planet. Torn tissues, political spit if you scorn born issues.
This year shit double like we clone manure. My bother like we own the Spurs. Ain't nothing sweet like meals but no dessert. The studio and hemes growing as 4 leaves on green clovers. I'm on a crush and search for truth like Agent Mulder in a steamroller. Syntax, you boss, you run a place like Kit Kats and a big Mac. Incidental mishaps, skin slash, blood in the Crips pickaxe. Been around for long, drop anywhere like old folks with large diapers. Your weight category makes you lymphatically non-sight. So I'm sleeping all right, cause that'll be all-nighters. Insanity gone righteous, the morning of all life. My mic is heating hand, yeah, biz like AG when show was feeling bad. Get things done like when you peep your man speaking in Queensbridge slang.
Fiber Islamic straight from tenors like Pavarotti, mocking in trials like Chomsky, no moans or what I'm leaking. I've been, I hope you know I mean, like out of sleeping from what I've seen. Naturally bottling tears like Visine, a lot in your fears. You were brought in here to broaden the terror of this modern Jahannam, caught in the midst. Befriending soldier minds, those who hold their lives closer than they host the nine. You don't control the time, national hopes design. We factional, actional facts, wish lists to beat these bastards like fish shit. The last words I spit this verse, the master assumption. Only stretch plans, just hope you find the truth range, doing your thing like Gomez, hoping it's dead. Don't let them bother you, brother. Don't watch the news, how everybody will suffer. Don't lost his use like Iraqi troops. I'm talking you, me and the rest of the planet. Torn issues, political spit if you scorn born tissue. Don't let them bother you, brother. Don't watch the news, how everybody will suffer. Domes lost his use like Iraqi troops. I'm talking you, me and the rest of the planet. Torn tissues, political spit if you scorn born issues.
What they've done is they've blown it up, essentially. Now you're hearing the secondary explosions that would be coming from around inside. They want to make sure they don't leave anything behind that could be used by, say, follow-on soldiers, Iraqi soldiers that might be in hiding right now. The moment they find armor, the moment they find any tanks, they're blowing it up. And that's exactly what is taking place in the background here. Yeah, that was the tow missile. Fired in the general area where you saw that tank before that was being blown up. Obviously, they're seeing stuff down there they're not too happy about. Not taking any chances. The tow missile is a very heavy weapon. They throw the tube off the top. They'll get ready to reload again. They'll try to move positions, too. We're not exactly sure what they're seeing up there at this point. I mean, obviously, we're still trying to keep our heads up around ourselves.
Defying these hymns till the death, head to head like Siamese twins, rested in bed, testing this flesh infested, ingested this match fested with less questions answered. Waxing at the best west, then checked in for a test lesson. Let's guess it's immigration in them, disseminational stem, and then it's read in papers that men spread pretending to make them. And your trends to descend from raping, defend your acres and leave the next generation of children vacant. Awakening from being scared, scarred, staring bars and pray, wondering if the randomness of God is sacred or fraud. I don't care if it's hard to believe. Belief is propagated in stop compilations knowing populations prone to hatred displaced at home. Save you in the states and never embedded in Confederate rhetoric, take it in vain like heroin. Staying calm weather, we don't belong together, like Islam and terror while America bombed the river. Truest lies calling suicide bombers. Who's alive? Time lives, lives. Who's surviving? Find out to divide, classify. Lady draft the name, clashing out. The first to blame, the last to claim cash for pacify. Classified. Caught in the modern day slaughter of vitamins, unwillingly finest killing me like Muhammad honest men. How is it modern? They caught on 10 angles, reported by men recorded. A process of unconsciousness. I'm lost in all this nonsense like a panhandler conference. Can't stand up often like paraplegics. Scattered media channels that feed the panel amnesia. Battles at leisure. Through the throat, scapegoating, vocalized, punched in like state voting. Open minds, hoping hate scopes. And welcome to hell. The gates open with snakes floating, yelping for help. The roarers like Yeltsin with your cause for social order and melting shells in rooms where I'm dwelling. Sunken low, stuck on words. Fuck the world like hump and blow. Fucking weapons, sulking and balling and filing for fucking. I'm intolerant, running, screaming, McCollin like Hulk in politics. Something sorry for not following functions. I'm hollered at lunches like Israeli cooks breaking bread, baking hot out the oven. I'm not out for love, distrusting the outer glove handed, the doubted above us, the doubted weather raining. Till death will become invested. It's the rest that I summon drums and lots of depth. Designed by blind, deaf and dumb and designed a lesson. The 100 ascendants behind replenished weapons. We felt this menace approaching, Nintendo defending its relics for ends expended. Staying calm weather, we don't belong together, like Islam and terror while America bombed the era. Truest lies calling suicide bombers. Who's alive? Time lives, lives. Who's surviving? Find out to divide, classify. Lady draft the name, clashing out. The first to blame, the last to claim cash for pacified, classified.
Laying on the floor, box, bleeding watermelon chunks. Hold up, hold up, hold up. Laying on the floor, box, bleeding watermelon chunks. Hold up, hold up, hold up.
What?
Man, so many questions. Where can I find the answers?
Go talk to home dukes. Confused cause I'm Arab and assume my own nukes. Walk and leave me alone. Can't you see I'm deep in this zone?
what up, though?
I
Come
need
on.
to be home. I'm sick of people at clubs reeking in stone. Peace and this love I seek isn't known. Like peaks, humans achieve to be cloned. The reason this song's recorded, I'm bothered here. I need a bride and some gear, and all people want me to do is rap like Intifada rare. A vocal oddity. Don't walk in front of me, I'm anti-social cause I'm Arabi, I'm no commodity. Riddle Pete's open, bitch, what are you smoking? Oil fields burning in the Middle East, loking like Kane, hoping this pain won't stain heartbroken like pacemaker. They breaking down till they stop stroking. Your ego hates scoping and hearing this rational. Play me your music like Beethoven, I ain't hearing it naturally. Fearing is national, you could call me an army slave, a conceited bastard, or an asshole like Donkey Gray. When I meet cats, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, painting my face and questioning and testing my patience. Like doctors walking with answers, talking as fast as possible. I just don't care anymore like Iraqi hospital. Rod pet project, product of rotten flesh, rotten death. Close talk with greetings and awful breath. Talking peace and all the qualities surrounding self. With understanding is astounding. 2012. Rod pet project, product of rotten flesh, rotten death. Close talk with greetings and awful breath. Talking peace and all the qualities surrounding self. With understanding is astounding. 2012. So quit the drama. You hawking women cause you wanna harm them. Arming her calmly with no harm to her. From arming the reasons, see a mom and a woman. Read it in text. The blind motherfucker like Oedipus Rex. Leaving this next obsession of social comments. Confessions through vocal sign and deceptions. Caesarean Clarimin. Humanitarian. Bearded kin. Sumerian. Twins at age. Pairing him. Too ill appearing hymns. The band and vote. And the tester. Anti-social club. Enchanted local talks and breath drags. And all is less bad than positive. Half-life written like Parks left abs. An operative moment. Stopping opponents. Holding guns. Your bullets, bullets of eyes, hood and pulling no bullets of prize. Bullets, it's putting it die, full of the sheep. Died, willing skin, eating live. 9/11, 10 follow, 7 men guarded women. And all peace grows within them. If each knows our limits to teach wrong from living strong in full sight. Staying disciple, claiming this life will end. Remaining in sight, aim in sight. You befriend the name despite you. Apart from this, a charted gift. Fossils, apostles were all narcissists. Hostels and spars and lost in this modern metropolis. Burned bushes with lies. W sniffing and chopping. Rod pet project, product of rotten flesh. Hiding down. Close talking, awkward greetings and awful breath. Talking peace and all the qualities surrounding self. With understanding is astounding. 2012. Rod pet project, product of rotten flesh. Hiding down. Close talking, awkward greetings and awful breath. Talking peace and all the qualities surrounding self. With understanding is astounding. 2012.
Man, for real, what the fuck you talking about? You so antisocial and shit.
What do you mean?
You didn't even answer my question. I'm trying to figure out the essence to life. You talking about how you hate people and all that shit.
I don't hate people, man.
What's really going on, man?
Nothing.
The mind of the narcissist. What's really going on? I mean,
Nothing.
shit, I know it's fucked up and all, but
Of course.
it's nuts.
For real. Pistachio factories. Magda Gulic. I can't tell you, but it's taking over. Send and deliver a bend in the river, hanging in gardens, harbors and angled the corners like venom strangling on them. Children, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Cast a plan, Muslim wrath, a man, 5%, half a gram. Live intent to dive head first. Mind condemn euphoric, correlate to living stories of Arabs like Orientalism. Garbage. We're fed church, mosques, Bibles, and Torahs. It's said like Edward, rival the aura that's dividing us all into idols and polished. Siphon the raw, this life will be written, entitled, and hitting inside you. Ultra refinement, doom. Skellington renditions, and spelling and learning the skeleton, burning in the pit that hell is in like pile of dirt inside suburban sides and Cincy cipher curtain rim dirt and enlightenment giving the holy fuck clergymen indictments for speaking to 5-10-year-old minors when they 85 told to believe and receive it in nerves Thomas word speak to be heard like sheep this mic will tell the dirt I'm staying quiet to life's impurity don't interrupt and won't let you touch the mic like Tyson security minus the unity immunity a strife to lifeless communities and hyphens I found a space to decipher hate like hyper despite the taste of sorrow beside us tomorrow will glide as the skies like Howard Hugh arrows since towers moved and fell I dwell on this sour mood I feel the final hour speak to me right I'm deaf in the left snake in a tree the makers in me leave just wait up for me freedom let's make a breeze to wake up sleep and believe in this nature split this planet to leave as it take us to season to speak to me right I'm deaf in the left snake in a tree the makers in me leave just wait up for me and freedom let's make a breeze to wake up sleep and believe in this nature split this planet to leave as it take us to season to place sick off the wristwatches and split time in arm's length to the next storm Lego Islam strength Lego figure another day on the block metal's bigger with sheep sleeping sister we're bleeding blitz a leaking the fist of feeding this just receding in nature like a trees in the paper taper heames wake up dreaming Jamaican scenes take is green and we rape the stream rivers dry I'm wondering what the maker means in test bench press off the shoulder of chest like half phrases after bats with head and shoulders conditioned half phrases red and bold and headlines then soldiers taking the Latin for starters writing war like reporters embedded for oil like resin and foil this peasant in the midst of six we boil in seven gaudy dog boy and women employed we live in devoid of what's given driven ordinance violence killing orders and silence encoded corroded harder but tyrant they own us and clone and now it's harder to stop them from robbing us it's on and popping like Mary life and on Israel like Canaan bleeding out Palestine receiver out started to cop them you're not part of the solution we're part of the problem institutions charted in volumes of authors caught in our album unearthing verses and spinning ciphers like whirling surfers are sitting and burning the trumpets blown Eve you should have left me alone seeds moans gestures and groans let it speak to me right I'm deaf in the left snake in a tree Eve the makers in me leave just wait up for me freedom let's make a breeze to wake up sleep and believe in this nature split this planet to leave as it take us to season to speak to me right I'm deaf in the left snake in a tree the makers in me leave just wait up for me and freedom let's make a breeze to wake up sleep and believe in this nature split this planet to leave as it take us deceived in this place
أنا مسافر أنا مسافر يا قلبي وانت عيني انقليلي وبحناني
open boxes, sent to the postal Novel office. Boastful approach for votes stolen and coach for profits. Broken hearted, all these souls departed. This flow started when Islamic men were chosen targets, blown up in markets. My lone static, nomadic, no attachment, unknown kin, a slow addict. Movements are sedative. I sleep in areas that are embellished with the devil's relishes. My self-prejudice, you lessen the messages we've received. Bleed the same fluid as seed, touch my roots but never knew it. Like members of my family, true with separation of man from land claims. You stand blamed for my main loss. A white-collared man slave, you can't teach me. See, I feel I don't belong to the species, not hateful, but the gift of life made me grateful. Take you to the truth, I'm from the same source that made you. Of course, you're late to attach like flags to poles. Masrawi Baghdadi soul. That's what I gladly hold but feel no relation. Own my procreation, lead to the same slow erasure. Imagine skin tone separated from self like wolves from razors to your faces slashed till you're enclosed in cases. That's our dilemma. Unequal, see my people try to pick them up through evil leaps to see truth, but we always seem to remind ourselves that we have no place to confine ourselves in better nations. Universal with separation, we blindly fell. Hostile, unmarked and fragile. Wrapped in skin, come with a passport and a black file. Hostile, shipped across borders, but split us all into factions at the cost of lost order. The parcel, unmarked and fragile. Wrapped in skin, come with a passport and a black file. Hostile, shipped across borders, but split us all into factions at the cost of lost order. Higher learning, I wanna retire, but feel the fire burning, the dire burden. I try to resign working, teaching, succumbing in awe. Man's laws gnawed by these jaws, pause and scream, alhamdulillah. Lost faith in my race, if I belong to them in the first place. Eat myself away, the worst days, detached from my birthplace. Snatch promises spoken, held on so tight I broke him, invoking might, and I think I might have awoken some sort of shortcoming, stuck in sentences like court summon. It's mortifying dope, this snort numbing. A red sense of Bedouin ways in airport lobbies with sand spread on my face. I've read through the hateful statements, fate will never be a statement. I'm waiting for human awakening, master schism. Nationalism formed this irrational, living international driven. Past your wrathful imprisonment of half my tactful, given talents, arisen violence. Hesitant silence, prison of color palettes. Skin abrasion tapers to immigration papers. They say they give shelter, but it always takes them back to the point. Live through a bottle and pass you a joint. Model citizen, God ignorance, difference and inference to the next existence. Intricate instances we argue. Scarred cause it's hard to spar through jihad, the host of this fight. Struggle and rustle through most of my nights, trying to sleep through my deceit with troubles in sight. Escape this idea of the matrix that we find here. Feel with my heart's hand and listen with my mind's ear. But kind near to me standing in line, meant to plan a refinement, but set the lands in foreign clans. My frantic confinement, essential mission. I spit bars, you went through mental prison to send my ambition in a box, ready to end the system as we know it. If we got love, then do nothing but show it. Theoretically, let it grow, poetically heroic. The parcel, unmarked and fragile. Wrapped in skin, come with a passport and a black file. Hostile, shipped across borders, but split us all into factions at the cost of lost order. The parcel, unmarked and fragile. Wrapped in skin, come with a passport and a black file. Hostile, shipped across borders, but split us all into factions at the cost of lost order. The parcel.
Yeah.
What time is it? Need to wake up, man. I'm sick of this fucking
Should get some hemes, man.
Burnt out forest fires.
Some hemes too, man. Yo, let me call up.
Let me call up Hustler Crime.
Yo, Hustler Crime.
What up, dog?
What up, what up? Just lounging like British living rooms, you know. I was wondering if you could get me some Dagoba.
What?
Some Dolma, man.
What you talking about?
Some Bargilla, you know? Some of the... Yo, man, some
What?
hemes, man. Some heme, you know what I mean?
Some metal hemes.
Word.
The greens, you mean?
20 minutes?
So you know the spot, Dunny.
Hold down your block like depression from a drive-by. Regression, suppression of our lives by secret spot ties in suitcases. Surveilling eyes, retain the slide beside you. God know how to survive and grow your roots on papers. Varies from smoke to vapors. Our eyes get bloodshot like grip retaliations. In violent nations we seek balance, but the challenge is neighbor to silence. And peaceful moments spent reflecting on behavior pertaining to malice. Maintaining, illumine suspicion on the human condition. Inducing the secluded prison, deluded while living the truest of all sinning. A call beginning to end, we've been in the bend of a circle, living amongst men that lurk to disturb you and pretended to mend in your virtues to defend our purposes. A species to defeat what earth is merciless verses and seaweed flow below ocean. Amongst the bones and remains of pharaohs and Egyptians, dethroned by Moses. No prophets though, like no dough. Probably slow movements to get red, like the man in the death row logo. My chair electric, sentenced to death, an MC for life, empty strife on the globe. Soul invested in flesh that bleeds. What you read eventually shapes what you conceive. Bleed, do you believe in what you see or see what you believe? We reach the point where wealth is earned through self-deceit. Either you pimp yourself and others, kill for the government or sell some weed.
All day, have it. I smoke bogey. Pump, hear me. Pump, hear me. Insanity.
كفر عيوننا كلهم حمر صبح لظهر from blowing Buddha like Taliban orders by Mullah Muhammad Omar. Sacrilegious historical sites, metaphorical religious division. Employ my rhetorical right like legal provision. Even if we deleted ism, we seek to live in greed. Need to feed on cash, weed and women. This lethal deliverance of the seed through deceitful reverence. I speak to my preference with the need to achieve equal severance. Reference to our thought patterns, lost and scattered in black and white like dots with data spread across documents shattered. Anger and folders, so they told us we're occupants of one nation. No love, show one hatred, fist shackled, break and resist. Which was the stakes presence a hiss. Seen we rely on our senses, enlist and retain. Shift in the brain, split lifted my frame. Shame I'd be honored, but I'm to blame for self-destructive calm on Yom Kippur. Rob Charles Stanley, 2 bricks of hemes louded. Stream light from Sean, triple beam routed. Seam clouded, retract from death. Dragon breath, foul sounded. Don't stand around us when releasing these knives. Right around it like Al 2000. A project like a housing complex. Consciousness like weighing out the carcass of the most ignorant congressmen. Spit nauseous phlegm. An artist, environmentalist, stems departed. More green than Yoda, testing hemes in the Goba Benton Gardens. Lounging like British living rooms.
Salam, man.
Yo, narcissistic.
Yo.
Like greens give you bulimia.
Yo, I was vomiting comments like Osama bin Laden at the Oval Office, you know what I'm saying? For real. Just lounging right now with apocalyptic, you know, having the dreams of Yom El Qiyamah, man. World's about to end.
We'll be protected, inshallah.
inshallah خير. لا ضم المسدس جيبك هسه تنبسط يا سبروس ناسس جمال عبد النارسل. Yo, before my status as a verbal vandalist, savages had me in habitus, backed in the back of an Iraqi ambulance. Sadly acted that we got Catholic winners at the final NBA championship game. My sin is in pain, now I'm finna retain. Illiam Shakespeare came over violence so precise, I left the string with stains. I'll bring remains of weak MC's brains back to the Middle East for Eid feast. Defeated to disease beef, used to carry heat like the upper sheets of leaves on palm trees. Priests believe in the apocalypse, ceases to seek relief. No free quote, we underground heads like ostriches, running up in every hospital. The cats, the illest hostages. With politics hot in my subconscious, it verses up beneath me like Bibles and coffins. Still human idols among us. Don't start with spruce and off. Rapping like bandages over ancient Egyptian carcasses. Constipation, we got the hardest shit. We bombing nations, calling up the Oval Office to ask them if they want to brawl with us. So far, it's the Islamic call. With cats rock Agar and Haq Kafar. I spit Arak for old times. Walk, talk, and snort rhymes. I smoke kidney from the palm till I suffer from Alzheimer's. Islam G. Yo, pass the bagel lemon. Islam G. Watch out though. Roll some bagel up in here. Razor blades, box cutters, we lost brothers engaged in age politics. My patronage raped this colony. Ignoring policy stops you in a new state. New fate is your head jerks. Step back like massages by shiatsu experts. Caught you decapitated head first. Affidavit, signed for peace, instituted using Fed words. Starving like Joseph to say the least. The Pat Slim, they're like calling James. You know me though. Woe with plenty beefs, encoded like MP3s. Known for steady speech and your banded ass like Antonio. Hollywood like Miss Walks. If you miss this talk, same with planet tested crash. The kids are mistaught, my manifested grasp it like llamas and asses. Applying the asbestos. Osama bin Laden has been lodged in the large bin of toxins. Ready to test us, we release the walk amongst us by the American Congress. I speak for those trust and trust. For no stress, let's bust like chests and get the fuck out of here like bank of porno sets. And no bets, my steps to go, battery slowly used up. Fuck cats like feline bestiality. Like suicidal heroin abusers. With razor blades, flags, grenades, AIDS. Get your race erased off the earth before your place is taken. Cop your hearses, stay awake and stop by your local mosques, churches and synagogues. Metamorphosis, institutionalized demagogues. With razor blades, flags, grenades, AIDS. Get
Get your race erased off the earth before your place is taken. Cop your hearses, stay awake and stop by your local mosques, churches and synagogues. Metamorphosis, institutionalized demagogues. None of us better. I've been caught talking to mirrors, bumping the letter. Postal, antisocial, personal business proposal. Chanted, burn your stripes, learn your right. Distinguish stars with English bars like pubs. Take your bill, pay your bill, or get your lines cut by my mind right. Find what I've lost and gain the knowledge of its cause to attain its solid solace and bars sticking out like blind crossing the solace with their dogs. Ignore traffic lights, it's better through death. Wondering whether I'm laughing right. My paranoia socially constructed, erupted vocally, hopefully. The subject is now openly discussed, disgusted, but I love it to see the way I destructed my borders. Feeling stranded like DNA in order to simply go against the grain like Timothy McVeigh in court for crop circles. Knowing this anxious pain won't stop hurdles, destroying my chances to reign. Mangled frame on my angled fame. Know this, I can't help but speak it for selfish reasons like ocean, freezing ocean. Sounding like rush, reason notions versus Islam and Bush scene with Saddam seeking a truthful nexus. Filling out my shell like oil tankers leaking and leaving to Houston, Texas. Blades, plagues, grenades, AIDS. Get your race erased off the earth before your place is taken. Cop your hearses, stay awake and stop by your local mosques, churches and synagogues. Metamorphosis, institutionalized demagogues. Razor blades, plagues, grenades, AIDS. Get your race erased off the earth before your place is taken. Cop your hearses, stay awake and stop by your local mosques, churches and synagogues. Metamorphosis, institutionalized demagogues. Arachnophobia, suffer, cuffing Euphrates at borders. All Reagan's bluffing Khomeini. The 80s are before trust was plainly in order, and Saddam is the main player in all. Now you portray him as a marauder. You don't pay him no more. Keep playing your law like Corbin Burson. Before this earth is enforced verses to have the course to worship a corpse's burden Mars. Inevitable, a genesis without a second to pull. Two controllers and electric currents. Electric plural votes and hectic tours and septic murals. Clean your walls. All these words you've installed to birth us and all the fetus with purpose to fall. Miscarried minds. Varies behind which man is burying in mind. Panelo fans, hand cantaloupe brands. Ants and holes, sand hill and shanty hopes. Sense and massive hall plans. Pipeline, live verse on the mic like balls bounce on Jordan to shake and false pronunciation will force you to wake up. Ended times, mended minds, presented fine lies, desensitized, amended minds, trying to find a friend and dime. Left us repentance, hope you get the message like prophetic descendants. They owning you, on shelves of rocks they sell a rack and phone roll through like chakrumbas and whole truth. Mother of all garlic, who can through magic, carpet caravan, narcissus Araban, weenie darkest the pharaoh's stand. He started this town, roll your card narrows charge. Soil barrels hard to pick up, it's too heavy like these clone. Uptown beats the Middle East prone, shut down streets and reef zone. Roots to my least known, piece of art and off the piece of art to pieces like marshes depleted. Recently artists beneath us speak to me, people. I don't feel your seasons equal. So be us for a week and feel these treaties and sanctions. Eating your bean in action speeds, they feed us to sanctuaries. Really act the scary thoughts that would bear us. Yes, it's the cost of being dune-minded fedora. Aura of mine, moonshine like 5% album. And invent child and man, sun and stars. Preventing master plan, plan exiled and man sound like scan. We sat, we found a dead child in ended times. Mended minds, presented fine lies. Desensitized, amended minds, trying to find a friend and dime. Left us repentance, hope you get the message like prophetic descendants. They owning you, on shelves of rocks they sell a rack and phone stage bias. Dragon breath, screaming at regimes like believing in French diets. Why you slave teams to betray me in my origin. As metaphoric abhorrence sent to force us like orbits of Arabia. Unconfirmed owners offered help to Syria. Now it's serious, IOPs are fearing us, so keep the summer. Is it freedom? Cause we're free or dumb. Must be or you're leaving, son of a bleeding gun. Five-sided steeples to read while you feed on this well of adrenaline? Or is it the pill they gave to prevent the men from contending with chemical dispensing? Don't mention ends, Uncle Assam and Sam with burgers from McDonald's in hand. Beef that bottled and brands, corporate pirates enforcing your iris displaced like a foster child is from his parents' lost. And I was like supermarket shopping, average trooper artist shopping, Harry Truman loops and coffin shoots against Philip Morris and saws, Zillip Corpus and Narsa, clip the dormant and times, men in minds, then his fine lies, desensitize them, men in minds, trying to find a friend and down, left as repentance. Hope you get the message like prophetic descendants, they owning you. On shelves of racks, they sell arachnophobia. Arachnophobia is a fear of the people, constructed through politics. Open your eyes, they owning you. On shelves of racks, they sell arachnophobia. Dubbing your back, shift power like Snapple records. Green W's acting lessons. Take a still or two. Overexposure memories film. Stemming in filth. Desensitized memory mill. Over trees like canopies built. Television anarchy. Ill nomad with no homes like Hispanics got killed. Ozone. Chunks of canisters built for asthma. Market addict. Narcissistic. Obsessive mammal. Recessive gene like Simmons. Till he's seen as swimming. Seems us in a homeostatus. 28 ounces. Romeo's papers. I wrote back when vapors provoked. Urgent to fix reaction. Scratch like being allergic to Vicks. Bang, see urchins with sticks over oceans, missed the slur. 102 odd years for Christopher Columbus. Now I'm here, missed a few titles as we got stuck in this cycle. Pilgrimage movement, blind images proving to give us illusion.
Watch me unfold these scrolls and scriptures I compose. Indeed, effect, but I won't lose composure. Roll the equality. We do for self like ants in a colony.
Hand massage, thumb pressure point, sand mirage. Inviting life psalms, nights drawn, picture perfect painted. This purpose is ancient, before servants and slaves ever heard of emplacement of power through words or a statement. This stirs creation, less attacks against self like herds getting vaporized. The worshiping nations, curves of this nation. Dish dash, a rock, a dark, a big stash, a awkward contra conjugation. Wait, it's on at 8-5, call it fate, then I'm falling for this bomb. Like Sean Connery, modeled sight on this life in our palms. Inviting tonight, I and I talk all you want. Felt the lightness of calm, hit the lights like flies, frying life at its all. Natural, despite the astral mass that we have. The sandal head wrap, split each other's paths into embarrassed to lessen my grasp on life. Islamic charms and Mike's alarm, type to talk, your mind and thoughts, I like him like Salam.
Watch me unfold these scrolls and scriptures I compose. Indeed, effect, but I won't lose composure. Roll the equality. We do for self like ants in a colony.
Centuries peak when we speak, it enters me deep. Injury levels are higher states, embezzled up higher fate. To dire straits, let the fire wait. Burn for eternity, learn to internally yearns, turning me on. Built a bond strong, less than plans. That's pride talking, my eyes handling the flesh of man. I never felt this before. Caving like a Osama with bombs melting the core. Moms used to kick it, felt it, but no, I write shit to help it when sore. More this life gets frightened. Said we should think like letters and Quran writing. For better or worse, more or less, or undress or entangled. From door to bed up message, unravel, travel, sand dunes over this crescent. Holding the essence close, energy transcendent from the soul. Mesh and grow, moon Jupiter's child like Steppenwolf. Nefertiti's nostrils breathe upwards like heaven's pole. You think the best into it.
Watch me unfold these scrolls and scriptures I compose. Indeed, effect, but I won't lose composure. Roll the equality. We do for self like ants in a colony. Watch me unfold these scrolls and scriptures I compose. Indeed, effect, but I won't lose composure. Roll the equality. We do for self like ants in a colony.
لك انت هالقد يعني ليش هالقد كلاوتشي؟
نقدال ايش بيك؟
لكن شاب
ترى هسه انا طاير على راسك، انا من بغداد، ها لا تحكي جاي هيك
شاب زنديق لك
Yo, shout out to مجلة عامرية ناصرية بغداد موسى بصرة
جاب يلا
يا شارع
واحد كلاوتشي واحد
Yo, حرب عالمية وانا جمل حلمت الحالة بيا نفسيا and ill-being coming out cops like gonorrhea. All of us victims, Euphrates scholars, philosophers running shit like cholera, playing to get the profit up. Cause Asa never died, he's just in better skies, waiting to save us from the red and our veteran descendant of resident sentiments blind. Mention his con, Ya Rajal, Awar al-Dajjal, empowered coward like cattle speech. Faham Yassine, roll up on beef, revolve the dough like Laham Ajeen. Move slowly though, I'll never fail, hope we excel like Chino. Exquisite answers to project our genome like midget gangs, legit actions. Bored fidget, which is it? The fact that we given or exist as digits driven to exquisite heights like heaven. I realize in this living's uncomparable to seven parable paradise, carrying through bearable sacrifices. This life is a gift. Unravel raps, holding a pair of knives like Zachariah Musawi with travel plans. In the back of an Audi, probably heaming in Saudi and screaming loudly. America's better a terror than these Arabs seen around me. Feel me how I'm tripping out like fiends and outers, living out what seems astounding, surrounded by dreams surreal and clouded like Nimbus, enshrouded into this vow for remembrance and defend your ships. Or bombs dropping in Iraq, destined to end our kids. Cloudy, half of my witness vanished. No feet, half of the shit bananas. Yo, we wishing for jungle stranded, living humble with crumble batters, flags tatted from battered matter and Arab matter was scattered. Autonomy, Islamic speakers and mosques believing dishonestly the same we belong when they wanna be European. Chronicles fast from beans, let's slaughter, cut up and seen, invest in cash, meth and gas, suggesting falafel pita. See you enslaved our past, but we betrayed our past, allowing cash to flow in our hands when we created math. Follow a slow plan and stand as outlandish like nomads standing in proper ground. Granted, it's propaganda, it's the goal I reach for when matters polar like goalies strolling past Maradona. Half the Arabs too embarrassed to know. He's picturing so fat in your lower abdomen, wondering when these words will seep from under your skin. My word is under a sinful order, guns and hoes like Saunders, not to be cynic or border civic like corners that limits a gorgeous spiritual chorus. The lyrics get stronger, stretching out as like it's harder, getting them printed on condoms for brothels. Get rid of your knowledge, lost and dropping classes like boxes of apostles, being disregarded to hang like garbage in Babel. My marginal travel through bars I unravel, but who's the all capitalist? Like baseball hats, past the Mussolini, truth and Hemi, wishes to burn, speak worldwide, internet service with lies, and surfing with Moses, world tide, apart fly, Jeff Goldblum, a rap, holds stats for apartheid, sending peep like snow pun, death of Christopher Rios. Cloudy, half of my witness vanished. No feet, half of the shit bananas. Yo, we wishing for jungle stranded, living humble with crumble banners, flags tatted from battered matter and Arab manner was scattered. Yo, Fan Banger, D-Shade, Low Pat Majesty, Nasty Sparsely. Yo, prosperity to all those that are there and care for me through the strain. My source of therapy when bare necessities are lessened and efforts sequestered or endless. Suffer from stolen treasures, we're priceless, with no measurement. Speaking to pleasurement, love at home, taken for granted by government loans. Since the seed was planted, my plan was to roam this planet to develop wisdom and understanding. Imprisoned with schism and static, graphically depicted pictures, dropped into magic scriptures, delivered like babies from spitting lips or Euphrates. My brother's mother, sisters, fathers fighting plights of 50 father. My kinfolk in boats coasting up at Arab's harbor. Singe bones for reason of skin tone. I'm just an author, displaced through this racial syndrome. I stare in my relatives' faces to see relative spaces and belonging, longing for better in places. These phrases are dedicated to those who raised us through several stages. Ages impressive but made us the men we are like testosterone. They gave us shelter, protected by a roof over a proper home. Survival of my family's lives, I stopped my own. My tribal mentality, unrivaled dudes, red, spread the microphone. What's the purpose of life? Through all the hurt and the strife, I'm playing chess with Tyson the mics to check versions of mics. Put aside what you learn in your life, what's your reason for living? Breathing and killing, some scheme on their own children, see the evil up in them.
I kinda miss the days of my mom's tripping.
The smell of roasted chicken coming from the kitchen. I'm an image that's spitting of dad with mom's character. Both left the Beijing coast for dreams and hopes in Canada. I was provided with food, clothing, and shelter. Always given the best cause they'd never settle for lesser. I remember getting caught smoking in the cellar in December with my cousin Vinny and this girl Vanessa. I remember how you'd get stressed, mom, when I went wrong. Know you were just a little mad and the love was never gone. I appreciate that for all that it's worth, and I know you felt that way since I hollered at birth. These days I drop verse with a non-majesty family, still reacting nastily when crabs are coming at me. Taught to topple obstacles with my third optical, like bottles and hit with balls at carnivals. We come from different bloodlines but get along like siblings, hustling and building, up in the club wishing, never forgetting where I'm from or who I am. And this here's for my people that I love like fam.
What's the purpose of life? Through all the hurt and the strife, I'm playing chess with Tyson the mice to check versions of mics. Put aside what you learn in your life, what's your reason for living? Breathing and killing, some scheming their own children, see the even the day-to-day urging me to make changes like trading currency. Say what I feel, I'm close to rhyme and open-minded like brain surgery. On my earth, land, soil, and surface to worship purposely. My love for hip-hop is that of the person that gave birth to me. Things haven't always started right. Hope the sum is artificial while I'm alive, stay under a broader light. My urge for depictions, a global outlook on all equals. Cause love for all people is on the verge of extinction like the bald eagle. I guess me and my family has to be the king in his throne. If I was the last MC on the planet, I'd still be singing alone. Till the day my poetry's cloned and use our vocal cuts. See, I'm hard to score. My album sold and shopping malls. Bring it home to my immediate entourage. Who raised me, my mother and father is counterparts, my kitchen closet knobs. See, this kid's nuts, but he's cold as ice like chocolate Haagen-Dazs. The crib that raised me fine, I occupied most of your space and time. Catch on, some are late like me getting home when the authority was undermined. Business and friendship like Eric, the tips of hope to opponents. My sermon proves your loved ones perish at unexpected moments. You don't know what you got till it's gone. You cherish your own king when your own feeling in heaven has gone. If it allowed me to bring healing in women.
I'm a narcissist. You know, in psychology, a narcissist must be human. I don't know why, but that's what they say. I support the people, I support the pain. I cannot ignore it. But I cannot identify totally with the national fighting, with the national target. Because I cannot support a new state coming. Any state is the same. It's red, white, or blue. They say, hey, you have no help from Arabs, so shut the fuck up. You need us, be our slaves, clean our shit. We give you maybe a little bit water, but shut the fuck up. We need cheap hands to clean our shit. Anarchy, not communism, anarchy.
You'll never be free. This freedom doesn't exist. I'm stuck living this genocide. Spent bent by my deathbed. Sentence lives like novelists. My internal apocalypse. Surgeon affirmed my resurgence from disease learning. It reeks burning my insides tired. Old earth yearning for answers. I load this smoke for cancer. Throws fathers and tankers. Load soldiers driven by fear. Thaw out my coma, sleeping, living my tears. Leaking deposits of blood, atomic waste. Causes wrapped on raw shit. Cavity stricken, stomach take the vomit. Rape my honest aching. Soma depleted. Your mama. Receive it as a lesson. Acknowledge its presence. Then believe it. Ingestion of this metallic rubble that used to be homes. In less than 3 codes, crooked italic structure, my cultural genome. There will be no life function. Retrieved from my phenotype, attested people's plight to enlighten the Western ego, sight blinded. It's hearsay, there'll be no therapy like chemo. Half my generation nomads, others under the wrath of John Ashcroft and Janet Reno. Colin Powell, loose by his own institution of evil, holding resolution, stating we're equal and he needs mental restitution. We would have grown into smart children wasted. You enslaved your race first, now you work for Masons to start building in the case of displacement. Earth pattern revolves, families involved in the UN, pointing figures in our direction, telling us you'll end. Inspections and mass discussions, threats from our weapons of mass destruction, tragic junction and path destructed, subjects math erupted, longer a number, some are playing fractions, I'm stronger, number the bombers in bathrooms, so don't Islamicize and run upon us like escalators, dramatize, escalate, hate and bless and make our quest behavior, raped after Africa, trapped between the West and Asia, planet stranded in their own axis, standing empty-handed, destined to lose its seed syntax, and this atomic plant detached, much less laughter. Awaiting the next chapter to amend these lies, disasters. When descendants on you pretend to ignore the end of time, push you off track. Sihel Yuhud when bushes talk back. Not an Iraqi walk like in my nationality rationally. Mesopotamia, uranium, shelled Homo sapien. Dwell beneath the caves you claim me and engaged in rageful plagues. I'm an agent, then aching, shaking. Why did we behave in ways to display unawakened beings? Convey disgrace in a sacred scene. Law in my hand is a disarmed, expanded vision. Breath solely descending, it stepped and said, that's only the beginning. Holding my infants in heaven that would have existed if 7 skies would reach withstand to clip past and whisper past this draft to hold the wrath of Hammurabi. Ancient Babylonians, rotten body, bot known for leaders on podiums, interfering you from hearing truth to control the petroleum. It's all in their pockets. Profits they mark since the loss of your optics. The course of my clock ticks. The remorse isn't profitable for Marxists, not communists. To me, democratic, this character would be found in section 8 of my demographics description. Deception and hate that led to discrepant puppets with weapons. You love it for breath with. But every soul lost in your hand like angry shoe polishes will be forced to spew consciousness. Destined to you if you believe we're lesser than you. Brother, hope Allah blesses you with better message, youth. Cause this isn't Christopher Columbus, this British American circumference. Who's the terrorist? Based on enslavement and suicide to terrorists. Brave men, land of the free, home of the slave. I'm standing beneath all that I've saved, lost in the graves. All we cared for was family and the law, metaphoric in names. You gave us Saddam, 2 wars, abolic corpses and plagues. All of the race, get your torches in flame. Run with Mason sons, aiming guns, claiming to win it, blaming your kin and then laughing within. And last but not least, the cash you got reached the block where half Iraq soldiers were scolded, molded in action, controlled and frozen in factions. There's no satisfaction venting in here. The air's conditioned, entering my lungs and mind, pumped into the system like Ventolin prescriptions. I stare in the eyes, caring despite my apparent demise. Tearing the life divided crime. I swear it appeared to you twice. If this life was in margin, contextualized, written and bought in a prison, and stepped to its side and with survival thriving from the start till the end.